Do you ever wonder what your cat's trying to tell you with their tail? It's not always easy to figure out. I'm Lucy Hoyle, I'm a cat behaviourist. This is Fig, being adorable as always. And today I'm going to take you through 5 different tail positions and what they mean. So first is that lovely question mark tail, where it goes straight up and there's a little curl at the top. Now the curl might not always be there depending on the length of your cat's tail, but generally an upright tail is a really good sign. So we always talk about, don't we, how cats are different to dogs and how a dog will come running to meet you with that waggy tail. And we love that. But what we often miss is a cat coming running towards you with their tail up, especially with that little curl at the top. This is just as lovely as that dog's waggy tail, and you should take this as a sign that your cat is very happy to see you. What's even better is if there's a little quiver or a little vibrate in that upright tail, because then they're really excited to see you. Next, you might find your cat's tail poking out behind them in a straight line. So it's not tucked under and it's not upright, it's just straight. This is usually a sign that your cat is a bit unsure. So sometimes they do this when they're hunting and they're really alert and they have to keep their wits about them, or they're curious about their new environment but not overly anxious about it. So this is fine, it normally just takes them a bit of time to find their confidence and get back to feeling happy again. Our next tail position is when it's held low to the ground or tucked right under between their legs. So you'll normally only see this when your cat is anxious, and it will also go with other behaviours too. So for example, they might be hiding away from you and their tail is tucked right under, or if they're going somewhere, they'll often be crouched quite low to the ground. So you can see from this cat's general body language that they're not really happy and it's going to take them a little bit longer to feel happy again. So you can tell from this cat's body language, including the tail, that there's something in the environment that's upsetting them, that's making them feel anxious and they're not comfortable with. So we need to find out what that is and help that cat feel happier again. Number 4 is that classic toilet brush tail, where it bristles out really wide and it goes really poofy. Generally, this is a sign that something has spooked your cat. They're in fight or flight, they're almost in panic mode. So often you'll see this when they come running in from the outside after fighting with another cat, or if they hear something particularly scary like fireworks, or they're scared of somebody in their home, then you might see their tail puff up like this. So this is definitely a sign that your cat needs some space, they need some time to recover, and they need whatever it is that spooked them to go away. And lastly is the one that everybody struggles with. It's the wagging tail, or the swishing tail, or the thrashing tail, or the ticking tail. So generally, most cat people will know that, unlike the dog, a wagging tail is actually a bad thing for a cat. It's a sign that something's not quite right and they're getting annoyed by something. Or is it? Because generally, yes, that is the case. So for example, if you're stroking your cat and you notice their tail ticking, that's a pretty good indication that your cat is starting to get annoyed, starting to get irritated, and it's normally the first thing that you see. If you continue, if they get really cross at you, that's when it will start thrashing. However, what throws us out sometimes is that when cats are playing, especially when they're playing together happily, their tails will also be swishing then. So we need to look at the context as a whole. We need to see what the cats are up to, what else is happening in the environment, look at other body parts to see what they're up to as well, and get a gauge of the cat's body as a whole. Because if you just look at the tail, sometimes the exact same behaviour can mean different things. One more thing that might throw you out is that cats are very prone to hyperesthesia. This is when the tail just seems to have a life of its own and just moves around without any real reason. So if you feel like your cat's tail just waves around or is moving all the time, this is something I'd chat to your vet about, because it might mean that there's a sensitivity there, and that can make them irritable and increases aggression towards you, towards other cats, and they can even attack their tail in really severe cases. So let me know about your cats in the comments. Is it easy to figure out what your cat's thinking through their tail, and what would you like me to talk about next? I will see you next week for another video. Take care. Bye.